Spread love is the Sisco way. All day. Spread love is the Sisco way. All day. From Cali to the Philippines, this is real life, not a dream. He's showing proof what a real G mean. You could either hate or join the team, building up positive communities. No more drama, we push unity. Come along for the ride. Wifey Jim by his side. Could be Uber rides for the grandson. He's straight showing what he stand on. Could be hiking trails through Big Bear. Views from the edge, living life no fear. Or on a motorbike in the vow. Ain't waiting for tomorrow, we living right now. Just so it's clear, we keep it positive over here. Spread love is the Sisco way. Spread love is the Sisco way. All day. Sisco International.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sisco International. Yeah, welcome to my vlog. Hello, everybody. It is Thursday, August 20th, I think it is. It is about 2:42 p.m. here in beautiful sunny California. My wife is at the front door picking up all her plethora of Amazon packages. And I think she just ordered some food. So hopefully she's gonna be, we're gonna be getting that food pretty quick. Okay, let me sit here. I can't change any of this stuff here. Okay, got those in. What'd you get? What'd you get? Good stuff? Anything for me? What's that? She's hiding something from me. I don't know what. She actually went in the kitchen and she's opening something up. So you know that it's probably something she doesn't want to reveal to me. And it's hot in here, guys. I got the air conditioner on, but I just jumped out the shower, and yeah, it's a little warm. Oh my goodness. Hopefully, whoops, whoa. There we go. Cool. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. As good a day as my wife is having. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4 packages plus the secret package that she has. Bob, what's going on, Bob? Guten Tag, Bob. Me is Brother Don. Brother Don, what's going on, man? How you doing? How you doing today, Brother Don, with your 12, 13, 14 YouTube channels? Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. She just revealed to me what her package, what her package was. And I think you guys are going to be pretty excited about it, too. I'm gonna wait till we get more people in here, though. A lot of people have, I think, been waiting for this. So we're gonna wait a little bit. Brother Don, you doing good, huh? And Brother Don, English is not your first language, correct? So that you're speaking German right there. Is that something that is that your native language? It says this is the same account, just changed every 2 weeks. I don't know what to say about that, Brother Don. I mean, you sound like a man who's maybe in the witness protection program or something. Why are you changing your channel name every 2 weeks, Brother Don? That's questionable, bruh. Questionable. Franklin Moorhead comes in and says, hi, what's going on, Franklin? How you doing, man? Franklin, where are you from? We got 12 million in the building, or 9 million in the building. 3 people jumped out. They got scared. They jumped out. They weren't ready for Sisco. But we got 6 big likes. Thank you guys already for that. Much appreciated. And let's see. We got Bumping with Style. Says, got any tips for junior high school? Wow, junior high school. If you are in junior high school and you're just starting junior high school, I would say number one, first and foremost, focus on your studies. take it seriously. I didn't take it seriously when I was in junior high school. I sure didn't take it very seriously when I was in high school. I was very smart, but I didn't apply myself. So it didn't matter, you know. Definitely apply yourself in your academics. And whether you're a boy or girl, you know, this is the age where you start recognizing that you have like, oh, she's cute or he's cute. But I would say stay focused on your studies. You know, you got plenty of time to have boyfriends, girlfriends, all that stuff. Don't make the same mistake a lot of people do, which is, you know, you get this, you know, you fall for somebody in junior high school and then, you know, you break up with them a month later and then you're heartbroken and your focus doesn't go on school. So that would be my advice. But congrats and good luck to you in junior high school. Franklin Moore says New Jersey. Shout out New Jersey. I've never been to New Jersey. We were just talking about Atlantic City a few live streams ago, I believe. And I definitely would want to check out, you know, New Jersey. Atlantic City's always been a place I've wanted to check out. Just that area of the United States, I'd love to visit because I got friends around that area and would just love to visit them. So Franklin, welcome, man. Bob says, no, I know a few German words. Actually, Brother Don says, no, I know a few German words. English isn't my first language. It's my third. But the reason I speak English wrong is because I think I'm funny. I don't know if I am. No, you're definitely funny, Brother Don. You got some good stuff that you come up with. What's your first and second language then? And how many languages do you speak, Brother Don? Because that's impressive. Anybody who speaks more than one language to me, they got my respect. I only speak English fluently. I'm trying to learn other language. I speak a little bit of Spanish because I was raised, you know, hearing Spanish. My family's Spanish, but I didn't get to learn it. And I'll go into that. Why not? But I'm always impressed with people that know more than one language, especially if you know more than two or three. Brother Don says, my school, foolish, dumb. Whoa, relax. Back in school. Yeah, school is back on. I forget all about it because my kids are grown. My youngest is my son. He's 29 years old. So my kids are grown. They haven't been in school in 11 years was when my son graduated. But I always know that kids are going back to school because I hear from other people, other adults, like, oh, the kids are going back to school. So it's all good, Brother Don. Enjoy school. Like I said, enjoy school. Focus on your studies, man. You only get one chance to go through school and do it the right way the first time. After that, you're just making up for lost time. And, you know, not that you can't do that. A lot of the most intelligent, successful people I know either A, you know, had to repeat grades or didn't even finish school. So it's not necessarily a total requirement, but I think you give yourself the best possibility to succeed in life when you do well in school. You make it easier on yourself. Sergio Ramirez says, Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum, Sergio Ramirez. Wa alaikum salam. How you doing? Bobby's throwing up a bunch of buffering. I don't know why we're not buffering. Brother Don says, I am language. Yeah, but what language do you speak, Brother Don? Which three do you speak? Frank Morris said, it's really fun. Oh, good. I'm glad. You know, I had a good time in, wait, Franklin, were you the one who was asking me about, New Jersey. Okay, yeah, you were from New Jersey. Okay, sometimes I get my peeps mixed up here. Yeah, Atlantic City, I think it would be a lot of fun. You know, I wouldn't call myself a big gambler. I do play poker. I love playing poker. In fact, I played in the 2009 main event of the World Series of Poker. It was a $10,000 entry. And I actually played in that. I didn't win, obviously, because, you know, I ain't in a mansion. But it was fun. I love playing poker. So Atlantic City would be a fun place to go. One of my favorite poker players, I think he's from New Jersey, or he's from around New Jersey, Phil Ivey. He's just probably the greatest poker player of all time. So, yeah, I've always been kind of intrigued with New Jersey. Bobby says, saying wrong. Yeah, we'll say it right, bro. My first is Dutch, and second is Frisian, a special language from a province I'm from. Really? Okay. So Dutch is your first language. Okay, that's pretty cool. I don't know any Dutch. And Frisian is kind of like your local dialect. So it's kind of like a dialect of Dutch, basically. That's very interesting, man. Brother Don says, holy, I need to fix my grammar. Brother Don, you're learning. You speak pretty well. If you and I can communicate and I can understand kind of what you're saying, you're doing okay. There's some times where I think you maybe put the wrong words or your grammar's a little off, but I can understand most of what you're saying most of the time, Brother Don. So you're doing good, man. Just keep it up. Hey, come in here to this channel or any other channel on YouTube where they speak English. your English is going to improve. Just keep using it. One of the reasons why I really love, the community that I'm a part of, Filipino culture, particularly, Philippines, people in the Philippines, is that I get to hear a lot of different languages. I get to hear Tagalog, I get to hear Bisaya, Ilocano. There's all kinds of languages I get to hear all the time. And even though I'm not fluent in any of them, I get to hear them a lot. And the more you hear them, the more you become able to like decipher the words, the individual words. Because if you listen to another language that you're not familiar with, everything just sounds the same. It all rolls together like blah, 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 blah. You don't know what the hell is being said. But when you really start to get more focused and listen to the languages, you start being able to break into the individual words and phrases, and slowly over time you learn. So keep working on it, Brother Don. Brother Don says, never gamble. You'll just end up losing everything at one point like now. And then it's okay, but a lot of times it's wrong. Yeah, like I said, I don't really gamble. I do play poker. I don't really consider poker gambling because it's more of a game of skill than it is of luck. There's some luck involved, but there's some luck involved in any sport that you play. Football, baseball, basketball, soccer. There is some luck involved, but it is really a game of skill. Like you don't have to have the best cards to win. You can have the worst cards and still win. It just depends on how you play them. So I don't really get into gambling much. I won't discourage other people from gambling other than to say what you just said, which is if you're not careful, if you're not responsible, yeah, you can lose a lot of money. You can lose all your money. T-Gang in the building. He says, Sisco, how are you? Hello. I'm good, T-Gang. I just jumped out the shower a little while ago. Got my fresh shave on. How you doing, T-Gang? We missed you, man, in Blizzard's Live. You came in, you jumped out. But, it's all good. You got to do what you got to do. Brother Don says, Frisian is kind of German. Okay. Yeah, a lot of those languages in that area, though, are all kind of related. And I don't know the full history of all the languages in Europe, but from what I understand, a lot of those languages are related in some sense. They're not all mutually intelligible, shall we say. Like a German person doesn't necessarily understand everything a Dutch speaker is saying, but they have some root language that they all kind of derive from. Brother Don says, T-Gang, salute. T-Gang says, watch mine. Watch what? You're live? You got a live stream coming up or what? T-Gang says, Brother Don, salute. Brother Don says, not the fact that me and T-Gang have soldiers as our PFP. Oh, yeah, I just noticed that. Okay. Yeah, I like T-Gang's little soldier guy. It's kind of cute, kind of funny. Brother Don's is a little scary. I don't know. T-Gang says, I'm trying to post. Yeah, you know what, T-Gang? I think I checked out your channel yesterday a little bit. I didn't get to spend a lot of time there. I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to catch up on a lot of people's channels. I support a lot of people, man. A lot of people all over the world. I spend time trying to go through people's live streams. I try to watch videos, and there's only so much time I have. So I try to spread it around a little bit, but I'll get over there, T-Gang, check it out. What do we got? We got 7 million in the building, 12 big likes. Thank you guys. Dylan, or is it Dylan? Dylan says, where are you from? Dylan, I am from Southern California, USA, originally. I live in Central California right now. I've been here quite a while, but my original home is in Southern California, USA, around LA area. T-Gang says, so I just joined Blizzard's stream to say hi. Okay, that's cool. And to be honest, T-Gang, Blizzard's live stream isn't really a kid's live stream. And I'm not calling you a kid. Don't take it the wrong way, T-Gang. You're a young man. It's not really a young person's live stream. It's more of a adult topics and stuff live stream. A lot of the stuff that he talks about will probably just go right over your head. It'll be really boring. So it's cool, but I know he really appreciated you just coming in and saying hi, man. That was cool. It was good to see you over there, T-Gang. And hopefully you're doing good, man. I know you've been working hard. Brother Don says, if you wonder what my PFP is, you can see my PFP is a soldier called Ghost from Call of Duty. I kind of recognize that. Yeah, I kind of recognize that. I was talking to somebody was asking about Call of Duty, or it wasn't Call of Duty. It was one of the Call of Duty series, one of the games from Call of Duty. What is it called? not Ghost. I can't remember, but I haven't played Call of Duty. It's been years. I really did love Call of Duty, but yeah, it's been years since I played. My son plays Call of Duty a lot. And Brother Don, I don't know if you were in the live stream that we talked about it, but a few weeks ago, it was my son's birthday, and I took him to Las Vegas because they were having the Call of Duty World Championships. I'm sure you've probably heard of that. They had the Call of Duty World Champ. I think it's not online, it's on LAN. World Championships in Las Vegas. Him and his buddy went to that for 4 days, and they absolutely loved it. I think their team is called Optic. They like Optic, but they were real excited. But they lost. Dylan says, now I'll tell you that I'm from. Tell us, Dylan. Franklin says, yo, love your vids. Franklin, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Really do appreciate that. I love it when people tell us they love our videos. Of course, I love when people come in here and say, hey, you're awesome. I love your live stream. But when people really like our videos, man, I appreciate that, because that's me and my wife. You know, the main reason why, we do this channel is because we love to show our adventures. We love to show our travels. We love to show our randomness that we do. And if you're enjoying that, that means a lot to us. So thank you for that, Franklin. Where are we at here? Meow Plaz says, I'm late. I don't know, Meow Plaz. I think you've been coming here earlier and earlier each time you've been back. I think this is 3 times, I think, this week you've been here. So I'm glad to have you back, Meow Plaz. Welcome. How you doing? And you're not late. You're on time. Whenever you arrive is when you're on time. Franklin says, hi. No Ho says, you sound like E-Feasible. Big W. I don't know if I sound like E40, but I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Thank you for that. I might look a little like him with these glasses on, because I know he wears glasses similar to this. As a matter of fact, my wife went to the E40 concert in Las Vegas. Was it a couple months ago? She went to the concert over there in Vegas. She loved it. I've been listening to E40 since early 90s. Brother Don says, I'm starting soon with Call of Duty, but I love the characters like Soap and Ghost. Yeah, Ghost Recon. Ghost Recon, I think, was the name of the last one I played. But I haven't been up on it since. It's been years. Dylan looks like he threw up the Australian flag, if I'm not, or is that New Zealand? No, I think that's Australia. That's the Australian flag. Shout out Australia, Dylan. What part of Australia are you from? Duruk Mansour says, hey, what's up, Duruk? How you doing? Where are you from? Brother Don says, I'm out. What? I have school tomorrow and week 1 survive. Peace. Brother Don, salute to you, man. You survived the first week of school. What grade are you in? I think you're a senior, right? Your last year of high school, correct? But salute to you. Salute to you, Brother Don. And appreciate you coming through, man. Get your rest. T-Gang said, hey, Sisco, I'm not a kid. I heard you heard what I said, T-Gang. I misspoke. I didn't mean to call you a kid. I said, you're a young man. You're a young man. Franklin says, God bless you. Thank you, Franklin. I appreciate that. Mohammed Samar says, Palestine. Shout out Palestine. How you doing, Mohammed? Blizzard of Broads in the building. He says, T-Gang, salute. Guns out. What's up, Blizzard? How you doing, bro? Got your message, man. Appreciate you, brother. Salute to you. And we gotta connect when it's time. Wow, guys. If I could turn my phone around and show you what Miss Generous just did, you would be amazed. Amazed. Pause. Not like that, guys. Don't think nothing crazy. But it's pretty exciting. I'm looking at her right now and saying, wow, that's awesome. And it's something she's going to share with you guys someday coming soon. So be looking out for that. Blizzard, what's up, though, brother? How you doing, man? Mohammed's throwing up Palestine flag again. All right. Saying free Palestine. Well, Mohammed, while we could disagree or agree with certain things, we don't really get into the political and religious side of things in this live stream. We're about positivity here. And I don't have a problem with people shouting out where they're from. I love all people from all countries. I don't care what country it is. I love people from all countries. But we're not in here to throw out religious slogans or political slogans or anything like that. So salute to you, but yeah, just keep it cool, keep it respectful. T-Gang says, Blizzard! Hey, Blizzard, don't ever call T-Gang a kid, man. He's not a kid, he's a young man. And I think Blizzard has been calling you a young man, so I'm behind on it. Muhammad, okay, I'm gonna keep going, Muhammad. I see you threw up it again, but you probably did it before I threw it up, but you can't be throwing it all up all the time. Dylan says, the first one you said, you got it right. Queensland. Okay, Australia. Yeah. A friend of ours, he lives in the Philippines. His name's Rob. He's got a channel on YouTube. It's called Finding Paradise. He's from Australia. Awesome guy. Always wanted to visit Australia. We will go to Australia one time. My sister has visited there. She's visited New Zealand. She's loved it. So that's one of the reasons why I really want to get out there. So shout out Queensland, Australia, Dylan. Brother Don says, 8th grade. Oh, 8th grade. Brother Don, I don't know why I thought you were a senior. Maybe I'm getting you mixed up with someone else. But shout out, 8th grade, man. So you got, this is your last middle school year, right? So you'll be going on to high school next year. Nice. T-Gang says, same. Good for both of you guys, man. Like I said, please do the best you can to focus on your studies. Don't focus on all the other stuff that really, honestly, isn't going to make a difference in your life 10, 15 years from now. But I guarantee you what you do in school right now will affect you and follow you for the rest of your life. You know, your schoolwork, your studies, be smart. You know, don't make the same mistake some of us made where we don't take it seriously. And, you know, it causes us to work a little harder in our older life, causes us to struggle a little bit. You know, don't do that. Brother Don says, she musicals to play. You gonna play some musicals? Where we at here? Brother Don says, T-Gang, if you post, I will subscribe to check it out. Yeah, definitely do that. We got 9 million in the building. We got 17 likes, guys. Thank you. That was quick. Thank you for the 17 likes. And if you're new to the live stream, if you just came in, please do me a favor. Double tap your screen. Drop a like on us. You know, we're a small channel. We're trying to grow. You know, our channel is about positivity, spreading love, just keeping it low key. You know, nothing too serious to this channel. But the one thing that we do take seriously is that spreading kindness, spreading positivity. One of our projects, our biggest project that we're working on this year is we're going to the Philippines in December, and all of the proceeds from our channel. Wow, she's gonna answer the door right now, guys. She's gonna get the food right now, and I can't even tell you, but anyway. One of the things that we're going to be doing this year is we're going to be going to the Philippines in December. All of the proceeds from our YouTube channel we're going to be using to sponsor a school. We're going to be providing food and a lot of items for the school that will hopefully enhance the school and the students' experience, and we're really looking forward to it. So if that sounds like something you're into and we're your vibe, just please subscribe. Brother Don says, oh no, I already read that. Blizzard says, just getting out of work. Oh, good, bro. Nice. Are you still going to be on call tonight, or are you done with that? Because I know you said Wednesday you had to do on call. Hopefully you're not doing that. Blizzard just got done with like a 90 hour work week just recently, guys. So he's a hardworking man, guys. I mean, I don't miss that life at all. T-Gang says, okay, Bob. Franklin says, God bless. Thank you, Franklin. Master Chick's Poultry Farm. What's really going on? Haven't seen you in a while. How you been, Master Chick's Poultry Farm? How's the journey for subscribers going? T-Gang says, hey, yo, pause. What are you pausing for, T-Gang? What are you pausing for? Master Chick saying hi. What's up, Master Chicks? Blizzard says, we can see the reflection in your glasses. Oh, really? What did you see? What did you see, guys? Oh, Master Chick's Poultry Farm, thank you. Dylan says, Queensland, shout out Queensland. Peculiar Guy says, favorite cuisine? My favorite cuisine? Probably Mexican food. You know, I was raised on Mexican food, and I can eat Mexican food any day, every day. I never get tired of it. And luckily, I'm married to someone who also loves Mexican food. Although she did not get introduced to Mexican food until later in her life, she loves Mexican food. She could eat that every day. I would say that's my number one favorite. But overall, I would say I really love seafood. No particular country in particular, but I just love seafood, especially crab, lobster, love it. Shrimp, yeah. Peculiar Guy, where are you from? Blizzard says, do you know Questlove, or don't know him, or just know of him? Okay, look here, Creedy Jr. Don't ever disrespect my brother Creedy. But yeah, I know Questlove. Questlove is a very talented musician, very talented. Laughing, look at you. He's in rare form today, ladies and gentlemen. When Creedy comes in, don't run away, Blizzard, don't run away. Dylan says, 6, you see this, that what, oh wow, okay, hold on, Dylan. 6, you see this, that's what Blade I'm in, and rest it, I'm in high school. That does not like sense. Okay, I'm not sure what you're saying there, Dylan. I'm not sure what you're saying there. Ma'am Leonila in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Ma'am Leonila Gracie Mom. How are you doing, my own buntag? Ma'am Leonila. Kumusta kayo, ma'am? Hassan Amir says, are you Mexican? Well, I wasn't born in Mexico. I'm not a Mexican citizen, so no, I am not Mexican. I am American. However, I have my ancestors, some of my ancestors were from Mexico, yes. Blizzard says, nah, I'm on call until Monday morning, really? So Blizzard, how does that work? So if you're on call, are you getting paid for, and you don't have to tell me if it's, it's your personal business, whatever, I totally get it. But if you don't mind, curious minds want to know, do you get paid for that whole time that you're on call, like hourly, or do they just salary you, or how does that work? Yeah, because I know you were talking about sometimes you get like triple time. That's crazy. Narvizin says, Arab food is way better. I don't know if I've had a lot of Arab food. I really can't think of anything particularly that was Arab food that I've had. So I would love to try it. But as far as I'm concerned, I couldn't tell you. I don't know if it's better or not. It could be, but I don't know. I've never had it. Ma'am Leonila, thank you. Good morning. T-Gang says, Narvism, salute. T-Gang, you agree? You agree Arab food is the best? Vihana says, you look like Justin Bieber. I've been told that. I know. I get told that all the time. You look like Justin Bieber. And I'm not, guys, I'm not Justin Bieber. Little girls, grown women run up to me and go, oh my God, Justin Bieber. And I'm like, I'm not Justin Bieber. We just look alike. So yeah, that's crazy, Vihana. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Ma'am Leonilla, Dylan says, what I'm trying to say is I'm in assist. I'm doing high school. Okay, so you're in high school. Okay, cool. Congrats. So you're back in school then, I guess. High school, it kind of flew by for me. Like I said, I didn't really take high school too seriously. I'm not very proud to say. None of these says, definitely looks like he sells his own FSRT in a jar. So you want to come in to a live stream that you've never been to before, talk to somebody you've never seen before, and you're going to try and troll us, but you can't even spell the word fart out right? You're like, is that a bad word to you? You must be like 6 years old. Well, welcome. None of these. We appreciate you. So hopefully you'll grow some confidence so you can spell out the whole word fart one day. T-Gang says, I love seafood, even though that is what I mainly eat. Well, that's why you probably love it so much, T-Gang. What is your favorite seafood? If I could pick one seafood to eat, setting aside the fact of what's nutritious and all that stuff, because we don't care about that. For the purposes of this discussion, if you had to eat one seafood, because you like the flavor of it, you like the texture of it, whatever it is, if you could pick one seafood, what would it be? Because me personally, I would probably say crab. I love crab. I really love lobster too. And I really love shrimp, but I could eat crab all day. When we go to Vegas, there's a casino that we go to called South Point. And they have their buffet there. They have one night of the week, I think it's Friday, they have all you can eat crab. And it's amazing. I love it. Ma'am Leonila, thank you. She's waving. Nakul Dada says, what up, gang? Ain't no gang here, but what up to you? How you doing? Dylan says, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that's what breeder mean right now. And I'm John, the high school lesson. I really don't know what you're trying to say then. I really don't know, Dylan. I think you need to put it in the translator. Go to Google Translate and put it in there, and maybe it'll come out a little bit clear, because I am unclear as to what you're saying. But guys, we got 4 million in the building, 19 likes. Thank you for the 19 likes. Appreciate you guys. And like I said, I'm really hoping that Miss Generous is going to be going live this week. She's getting her stuff together, guys. She's getting it organized. And trust me, she wants her live stream to be, entertaining. She wants her live stream to be, fun, especially for herself. Because I told her, I said, if you're going to do this, you need to be able to have fun with it. So I'm not gassing it up. People think I'm always gassing stuff up. I'm supportive. I support my loved ones, and that's what I do, But it's going to be her first time doing her own live stream, so I'm not trying to make it seem like it's going to be this huge production, because it definitely will not be. But I am trying to say that she's looking forward to doing it, and she's just trying to get herself together and get her stuff together. So excuse me, please bear with her as she's getting there. She's working on it, guys. Anybody who's done a live stream before on YouTube or any other platform, if you've ever gone online and just had to talk to a screen, then you know how hard it is to maintain a coherent dialogue, whether it's you coming off the top of your head with stuff or if you're reacting to chats like I'm doing here. It's not easy, guys. It's very difficult, and sometimes you get overwhelmed with people that come into your live stream, and other times you got like one or two people in there. And whatever it is, that's what you have to work with. So Miss Jenner, she's gonna do her best, guys, to start it off with a good, with a good show. No, I wouldn't even call it a show, with a good live stream, and it'll probably be something short, nothing too crazy. I don't want to gas it up, but yeah, she's working on it, guys. I just want you guys to know that. Keep you updated. T Gang says, no, I don't, but it is nice as food. Japanese food is better for me. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I like Japanese food. I like Japanese food for the most part. I think it's pretty healthy. It's generally lighter than a lot of American food. But yeah, I do like Japanese food. I'm not a big sushi eater. The only sushi that I'm really comfortable eating is Jen's cousin. Her husband, he used to be a chef. He used to work in Vegas as a chef. Amazing cook, guys, and he'll do seafood sometimes. He'll do sashimi. I can't even say it because I got these aligners in, so my voice is making it hard for me to pronounce some things. I'm still getting used to them. It's a pain in the butt, but he does sashimi. There you go. And I've never really liked it. I never really tried it before, but the way he made it, amazing. I'll eat that sashimi any day. My brother Blizzard says, when I'm on call, I get paid only when I get a call to go out for service. Triple time. Wow. Minimum of 2 hours. Damn. Well, basically from the minute I step out my house until I step back in my house. So guys, wow. Now check this out. So Blizzard, he gets paid when he goes on call. So you're getting triple time. So whatever his hourly rate is, he gets 3 times that. So if Blizzard's making $50 an hour, he'll get $150 an hour. That's good money right there. And a minimum of 2 hours. So in other words, if you go out, let's say for 30 minutes and you come back, they're still going to pay you for the 2 hours, right? Damn, that's good right there. It sucks to be on call. I've never had to be on call in my life. I work with a lot of people that were on call, and it kind of sucks to be on call. But if you don't have, a lot to do, if you just go out there and do a little bit and come back, it's probably not that bad. For triple time, it's not that bad at all. Dylan says, that's not what I'm trying to say. This data about I want you to tell you when I don't read too. Okay, I got it, Dylan. Thank you for explaining that to me. Ma'am Leonilla, good morning. Ma'am Leonilla, how are you today? Ma'am Leonilla, did you drink coffee this morning? Did you eat breakfast this morning, Ma'am Leonilla? I need to know these things. Blizzard Abroad says, yes, it's weird at first. Yeah, I bet, man. Yeah, because, for me, it's like my whole life has been just you go to work, you work your hours, and sometimes you work some overtime, and you come home. I've never had to, come home and think to myself, oh, shit, somebody's going to call me to go into work. I feel lucky because when I got done with work, I was done with work. I was actually done with work when I showed up to work, to be honest with you, but I still did my job. But when I leave work, last thing I wanted to think about. But for triple time, I might have taken that. That probably would have worked for me.
I think he was talking about going live at first.
Oh, going live. Oh, Blizzard, my bad. So Jen just she knew what the hell you were talking about. I'm like talking about going live. You were talking about going live, right? It's weird at first. It is very weird. And I think we talked about that too, Blizzard, how, we're sociable loners. My default personality is not one of, hey guys, how's it going, everybody? What are you doing? That's not how I am, like, out in the world. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit more reserved out in the world. I can be that way, like here, I can talk to you guys. I'm comfortable talking to you guys, especially now I've been doing this for a little while now. I'm comfortable talking with you guys and all the new people that come in here. But, out in the world, I'm a little bit more reserved, so when you go on, on a live stream for the first time, you kind of don't really know all exactly what to expect. And you're kind of nervous because you don't know what people are going to think about who you are. You don't know what people are going to say, because sometimes you get some weird ass people in here, some trolls. And, it is what it is. You just got to accept that. And you just got to be yourself and have fun with it. And that's it. I think Miss Jonas is going to do that. Thank you. Blizzard says, thank you, Miss Jen. The old man doesn't know what he's talking about. The old man, he's losing it. That's why I got her, though, Blizzard. See, when I get old and I'm all like senile and like can't take care of myself, that's who's gonna wipe my butt. She already told me she's looking forward to that. She's gonna, cook my food. She's gonna feed me. She's gonna sponge bath me down. She already said she's gonna do all that, so I appreciate her.
We're going to be in the Philippines.
Oh, she said that's why we're gonna be in the Philippines. We're gonna hire somebody. Even better. That'll work. Thanks, Miss Generous. That's why I love her. She's quiet now. I better shut up. T-Gang says, my favorite 5-in-1 is chow mein and rice, crab and shrimp, soy sauce, yakisoba, sushi. I love this mix. Really? That sounds really good. There's a place that's nearby us, a Japanese restaurant. It's really good. Really good. And they do the teppanyaki, where they have the whole flat grill in front of you, and they cook all the food right there in front of you, fresh right in front of you. They do the teppanyaki. Yeah, isn't that what I said? Teppanyaki? Yeah, that's what I said. But anyway, they cook it all fresh right in front of you. They'll do they do this garlic rice with shrimp, and then I usually like getting scallops, fresh scallop. Huh? What'd you say? She's over there eating her food. Fresh scallops. Ooh, scallops is another one I love. Fresh scallops, they'll cook it right in front of you. That's usually what I get. And then I'll get like a little steak. Oh, man, it's delicious. T-Gang, I might have that for dinner. Thank you, sir. Miss Generous is laughing. Whatever. Ma'am Leonilla, thank you. She's drinking her coffee right now. All right, Ma'am Leonilla, let's go. So we got 12 million in the building, guys. We got 22 big likes. Thank you guys very much. Again, if you just came into this live stream, if you're here for the first time, we love to hear from you. Please don't be afraid. If being in the bushes is your thing, if lurking is your thing, that's cool. We don't mind. All we ask is, if you're going to be here, just drop a like on us. Double tap your screen. We're a small channel. We're about positivity. We're about spreading love. We're just about having a good time here in our live stream. But beyond that, our channel focuses a lot on, me and my wife's adventures, our travels. We like to do a lot of stuff. We like to hike. We love to travel to other countries. We like to eat. We like to do things with our family. So we try to share that with you guys. And, if that's something that you're into, please subscribe. If we're your vibe, please subscribe. That's copyrighted, by the way. Only 2 people can say that. Me and my man Kuyapogi. That's the only 2. I give him authorization to say it as much as he wants. But we're the only 2 people who can say it. If you hear somebody else saying, if we're your vibe, please subscribe. Call me. I'll get my lawyers on it, guys, because that's how I get down. I don't get down that way. You can say whatever you want. It don't matter to me. 10 million in the building. We got 22 likes. Oh, and I wanted to mention again, for the people that are here who have not heard me say it before, our big project this year is to go to the Philippines in December. We're really looking forward to it. Every day that passes by, we're thinking about our trip to the Philippines, and we're so excited to go back. This is the first time that we've ever gone to the Philippines twice in the same year. We just went in February, and we're going to be going again in December. We've never gone in December before. We've gone in January, and we've gone in February for the last 3 years, but never in December. So we're really excited to be out there for Christmas. If you're not familiar with the Philippines at all, one of the things that you need to understand about the Philippines is they really love Christmas out there. They love it so much, in fact, that they celebrate Christmas starting September 1st. September, October, November, and December, they celebrate Christmas all 4 of those months. They call them the Burr months. September, October, November, December, those are the Burr months. And so Christmas is a big thing out in the Philippines. So I'm really, really excited. Ms. Jen's really, really excited to get out there and just see how they do it, how the Philippines does it. We got a lot of friends that live out there. We're really excited to go see them again. Two in particular that we're really excited to see is Kuya Pogi and Ate Lea from a Buhay Family Vlog. They've been out there, living out there for a little over a year now. And one of the things that they've been working on is sponsoring schools of kids. And what they do is they go out and they provide different things for the school. Just recently, they provided a whole custom-made drum set for a school out there. They provided tables and chairs. They've provided food. And, we've been watching this over here in the U.S. and we've been like, wow, that's really cool. How do we get involved in that? So talk to Kuya Pogi and Ate Lea. And they said, you know what? No problem. We're gonna help you guys out. So they're out there. They got schools that they've been scouting, and we're gonna go out there and we're gonna take all of our earnings from YouTube, and we're gonna sponsor a school, and it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Really, really, really looking forward to it, guys. So if it's something that you're interested in, if you want to support that, there's a lot of different ways you can support that. The easiest way that you can support it is just by watching our live streams, watching our videos, our short videos. Making sure that you're hitting that like button on all those features, all the videos, the shorts, the live stream. Watching through the commercials, watching through the ads. If you can at least watch 30 seconds of each ad, we get a little bit of the revenue, a tiny little piece of the revenue from those ads. If you watch 30 seconds, if you don't watch at least 30 seconds, we get zero, we get nada, we get zero, we get zilch. But if you watch at least 30 seconds, we'll get a little bit of that revenue that commercial generates, and we're going to take that and we're going to add that with everything else that we get, and it's going to go with us to the Philippines. Another way to help is to give a super chat. If you're in a position where you can do that, super chats work for us. There's also Buy Me a Coffee. If you go to our homepage on YouTube, Sisco International homepage, there's a link to Buy Me a Coffee. You click on that link, you go to Buy Me a Coffee, and each coffee is like $3. So for every coffee that you buy, we get $3. That actually works really good for us because the Buy Me a Coffee app only takes total like 5% out. Or I'm sorry, 8%. They take 5% and there's like a 3% processing fee. So we only lose 8% of what you donate. So all of that money that we're getting from Super Chats, from Buy Me a Coffee, from the memberships, my brother Blizzard, he always is hooking us up with gift memberships. All of the revenue, guys, that we receive, we're going to be taking with us out to the Philippines, and we're going to do just amazing things out there for kids at the school. And we're really excited. We're really hoping you guys will join us, and we're looking forward to sharing that with you. We're going to try to do our best to live stream while we're out there. But some of the areas that we're going to be in, unfortunately in the Philippines, everywhere is not covered by Wi-Fi. So we won't always be able to live stream. But when we're not able to live stream, we'll definitely, record video, and, you guys will be there with us. So we're really excited about that. We got, oh, you got to go pick them up? Okay, guys. She's wanting to kiss me again, as always. Mwah. Okay. It's a burden, guys. It's really a burden. When you have a woman that just, loves you so much and doesn't get pleasure from anything else but just being in your presence, like Miss Generous does with me. It's a burden, guys, but it's a welcome burden. I carry that burden with pride, and I love it. I love it very much. Oh shoot! Wait, hold on. Oh man, I'm seeing some people's messages getting deleted over here. What's going on? We getting some trolls in here. Oh, look at this guy. I'm just reading some of these messages here. Yeah, some of these guys coming in here and saying some weird stuff. As usual, guys, we try to, oh, you know what, here, I got this too. Whenever there's a troll, I want to throw this up here. Okay, be careful. Tell them I said hi. So Miss Jones is heading out right now. She's going to go pick up her son from school and take him home. So she's got to go do her thing. But yeah, I got my little troll alert. So you guys are doing a good job. You guys, get rid of these trolls before I can even see them sometimes. So I appreciate that. That's my little troll alert sign. So I had to do it because I saw there was a little troll in here saying some crazy stuff. But 10 million in the building, guys, 22 likes. Thank you very much. I'm going to drink some more water because my mouth is getting dry. I got these appliances, or some people call them appliances. They're aligners. They're plastic like braces I got them on a few days ago. I got them on the bottom and I got them on the top. You probably can't really see them. But what they do basically is just correct the alignment of your teeth. As I've gotten older, I still got all my wisdom teeth. So as I've gotten older, I've gotten, some crowding in my teeth that I'm trying to, get straightened out. Not so much for cosmetic reasons, because I really don't care. But, but for me, it was more or less, even my ability to chew food was being affected by my bite, by my teeth. So it's basically a medical reason, to get it done. But it's kind of a pain in the butt wearing it. You wear them all day. The only time you take them out is when you're drinking anything but water or you're eating. So anytime I want to eat, I got to take them out. Anytime I want to drink something other than water, I got to take them out. And you got to clean them and, keep them all cleaned up and stuff. It's kind of a hassle, but it's just one of those things that, as you get older in life, you realize, it's a necessary evil. So, I just do it. And so far, it hasn't been too bad. I've had a little bit of, like in the inside of my lip, where there's like a little curl on the top of the aligner that kind of sticks out a little bit, and it kind of is abrasive on the inside of your lip. So you get like a little bit of cut inside there. But they said that will, your skin will get a little tougher and it'll be a lot better. It won't be that bad. Ma'am Leonila, thank you for the hearts. My brother, I love Lechon, says, good afternoon, everyone from the hamster wheel. Always on that hamster wheel, bro. Always on that hamster wheel. I love Lechon. I don't know if I asked you before or not, but do you work Monday through Friday? I'm pretty sure you work Monday through Friday, right? Because you've been out there for quite a while. I think you probably do work Monday through Friday. Miss Generous throwing up the Bat-Gen custom emojis. Oh, yeah, guys. So that was another thing, too. We got 11 million in the building. If you're, again, new to the channel, one of the ways that you can help us out is through memberships. If you go to our homepage in Sisco International and you just look up under the membership section, you can join. You can join our channel, and that's another way to support. I think we have 3 different levels, and I think the levels start out at like $1.49 a month. So if you're in a position where you have $1.49 a month that you don't have nothing to do with it, and you would like to support a good cause, consider becoming a member. I love Lechon. Miss Generous is a member. Blizzard's a member. We actually got a lot of members, thanks to our brother Blizzard Abroad. We have several members who just became members, but we also have a huge amount of people that were gifted memberships, and we're very grateful to our friend Blizzard for that. And we hope people will stick around once their gift membership begins to expire. We hope people will stick around. But yeah, just another way to support. I love the Chone says Sunday through Thursday. Okay, it's not too bad. So that works for you? Is that what is that the schedule you choose, or is it something where they say, okay, hey, you're working this schedule right here? And you do a lot of stuff through seniority, right? A lot of stuff goes through seniority out there. And I was going to ask Blizzard the same thing. Is it basically seniority that is how it works out there, or how do they determine who does what and who works where? Ma'am Leonilla, thank you. She's saying hi. Hi, Ma'am Leonilla. Good morning. Good morning out there. Say hello to Sis Gracie and Irish May and Charisse for us and everyone else in the household. I love it. Chone says, I choose it over the other choices based on my seniority. Right. Okay. Got you. Yeah. That's the fairest way, man. My last job, that's how everything worked. Everything was done through seniority. What shift you work, what position you work, vacation. If you want to take a holiday day off, it's all done through seniority. And to me, that's just the most fair way to do it. Most fair way to do it. It cuts out that BS of people that are just hooking up their homies and all that stuff and their kids. You get rid of all that stuff. So that's good, man. I'm glad you do that. Stinkbug Deity, what's going on? How you doing, man? I love that Chone says everything's based on seniority unless it's a qualifying bid. So what do you mean by qualifying bid? So I know one of the things that we did was every 3 years, we would bid on our jobs. So there would be a whole long list of jobs, throughout the area. And the number one person would go up there and pick the job they want. And then the number 2 and the number 3, and they'd go on through that. And so for 3 years, you'd have that job unless you decided to go into an open position, in which case you would go to that job if based on your seniority, and then people get to fill in the spot behind you. Is that what you mean by qualifying bid? Sis Hugh in the building. She says, Sir Sisco, good morning. Good morning, Sis Hugh. How are you? I hope you slept good. I didn't get a chance, Sis Hugh, to support a lot. I apologize. It's been a busy day today. I had a lot of stuff going on. I hope you slept well. And I hope that, your day has started off good, sis. Stinkbug D says, I don't know if I've caught your live before. Hello to Miss Grace and Miss Iris, though. Sorry, all that drama brought us apart. Hey, you know what, Stinkbug? Stuff happens in life. Things happen in life. The thing that I've tried to embrace in myself is, I make mistakes. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. No one is. But when I make mistakes, I try to do my best to learn from it. When you learn from it, you grow from it. And when you grow from it, you become a better person. So hopefully, any issues that there were in the past, we learn from it, we move on, we grow, and we don't repeat those mistakes. That's all I can say. But thanks, man. Thanks for saying that. I Love the Channel says, it is a good way to remove the corruption. Exactly. Corruption. That's exactly what it is. Because you know how it is. You get supervisors and managers that, they try to hook up their little buddies. And, it just pisses people off. You have a small select group of people that are happy. Everybody else is pissed. So with seniority, it's like, you do the time, you get what you got coming. If you don't do the time, then guess what? You're stuck. So yeah, I really love the fact that we did things by seniority. Sis Hugh says, blessed day, everyone. And she throws a little heart up there. Thank you, Sis Hugh. Stingbug says, I should have listened to what people were telling me. I never meant to lose friends. Well, that's something that we learn in life, man. And I know you're a younger guy, and I'll tell you what, man, I'm 53 years old and I'm still learning in life, and I still have to remember that I don't know everything. I don't know everything. I still have to listen to people that I trust. I got family and friends that, I can listen to and trust that they're trying to do what's in my best interest. Ultimately, you have to decide what's best for you. But, understand that you don't always know everything. And sometimes we let our emotions get fired up to the point where we just ignore and we just close out all those people that are trying to help us. So, again, it's about growing. It's about learning. Not repeating mistakes. That's all it's about. Ate Tess in the building. She says, Kuya Sisco, my boo, hi, good morning. Ate Tess, how are you? How have you been? I missed you, Ate Tess. Haven't seen you in a little while. She said, done like. Thank you for the like, Ate Tess. We have 27 likes, guys. Thank you for the 27 likes. We got 12 million in the building. Much appreciated. Ate Tess, thank you. Wait, where we at here? Let's see. I think that's thank you so much. Sis Hugh says, yes, I slept well all night long. Nice. Sis Hugh, I did not sleep all night. Sis Hugh, I did not go to bed until like 5 a.m. 5 a.m., sis, I went to bed. And that ain't my regular thing, but I do it sometimes. I'd say once a week, I probably stay up really late like that. And I got up about 9 o'clock. I usually get up around 5:30, 6 a.m., at the latest. But because I went to bed at 5, I got up at like 9 a.m. So my day got thrown all off. And that's part of why it's been busy for me today. But I'm glad you slept all night long, sis. My brother Kamal in the building. What's up, Kamal? I see you waving, brother. How you doing, man? Are you out there on that road still? Are you out there on that road today? Stinkbug Deity says, Miss Grace and Iris were always good people to me. Yeah, absolutely. They're the best. They're the best people. I Love it. Jones says a qualifying bid where you would have to become qualified for the position, i.e. welder or tech crew. Oh, okay. So you got to meet the minimum quals of that position to be able to bid for it. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we kind of had a similar thing. Yeah, that makes sense. Sis Hugh says, no one is perfect, Sir Cisco. No one is. No one is. And none of us ever will be. The best that we can hope for is like I was saying earlier, if we make mistakes, if we hurt ourselves or we hurt other people or we hurt both, learn from your mistakes. Don't repeat your mistakes, because if you're repeating those mistakes, what that tells other people is you don't care. You don't care about them. You don't care about yourself. If you have self-respect and you respect other people, you don't continue to repeat those same mistakes again, and that will tell people a lot about who you are as a person if you repeat those mistakes again. Sis Hugh says, Stinkbug says, it wasn't between us, brother. They know what I mean. Not worth bringing names here. Nice to see your channel, though. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, Stinkbug. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Sis Hugh says, like, share, Sir Cisco. Thank you, Sis Hugh. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Stingbuck says, damn, you don't look 53 to me. Yeah, I look 83 probably, but I appreciate it, brother. It's all good. Kamal says, Blizzard. Stingbuck says, you will have as many subs as me soon. You always been a nice guy to me. Proud of you. Thank you, man. Yeah, I try to be a nice guy. I've said it, other times in other places that I'm not necessarily nice by nature, but, I choose to be nice. I've had an interesting life. And where I'm at now, I'd say particularly with the influence of Miss Generous, my wife, she's really helped me in who I am as a person. And it's a lot easier for me to see things from other people's perspective. It's a lot easier for me to, let the nice part of me come out and not always the, I'm thinking negative or I'm suspicious of people or, what have you. So it's a much better place in life where I'm at. It's just a better way to live your life is to be a positive person. So I put a lot of that credit to Miss Generous. Ma'am Leonilla, thank you. My brother Kamal says, yeah, 30 miles from Canada. Wow, bro, 30 miles from Canada. See, man, that's one of the things that really draws me to driving trucks, man. I would love to be able just to travel. I would love to be able to see a lot of places. And Kamal, I know, bro, that you're not living a vacation. You're working, man. But just the ability to be able to drive, especially if you're driving different places a lot, because not all truck drivers do that. A lot of truck drivers, they drive the same route all the time. That would be very boring to me. But if you're being able to go to, long distances, different places that you haven't been before, man, I love that. I would love to do that. 30 miles from Canada, man. That's awesome. Drive safe, bro. Please drive safe out there. Watch out for those birds. Thing was, I can explain probably what happened, but I never did anything bad. I only trust the wrong. Stingbug, you ain't got to explain nothing to me, man. The only thing, if you come to this live stream, the only thing that I need you to do is just be positive, respect other people, respect yourself, and we're good. We're all good. My brother BIY in the building says, hi, Cisco, Mam Leonilla, Stinkbug, brother Kamal says, Hugh, I love Lechon, Ate Fast. What's going on, BIY? How you doing, man? Speaking of Canada, BIY is from Canada. So I wonder how far you are from BIY, because BIY, you're on that east side of Canada. So I'm not really sure where each of you is at exactly, but I wonder how far you guys are apart. I love Lechon says, being qualified to eat lechon doesn't help me. Well, bro, if I ever come across a job opening, and I'm sure it'll probably be in the Philippines, if I ever come across a job opening that says, we need a person to eat lechon all day long, and we will pay them to eat lechon all day long, you are the first person I will think of. I will immediately get in contact with you, and I will let you know about that job. So that way you can quit the hamster wheel. You can go eat lechon all day long. Take your wife with you. It'll be all good, brother. It's not typically a skill that people are looking for, but somebody might be. They might be. Stinkbug says, Artistic Cool is automatic my friend now. Wait, hold on. My comments are moving around here. Artistic Cool is automatic my friend now. Autism represent. Yeah, shout out everybody that has autism. Shout out to everyone who has family or friends that are autistic. If you are someone who doesn't know somebody with autism, I think you're full of crap. Everybody knows somebody with autism to some degree. So yeah, definitely shout out, represent. I love Lechon says, BIY, hello. Stingbug says, I've never seen you be unkind. Me and you are both half Filipino now. Well, I wouldn't say I'm half Filipino. I say in my heart, I have Filipino in my heart because I love the Philippines. I love Filipino people, but I love all people. I really do. I really love all people, but the Philippines really has a special place for me, and my wife. We both love it there, and we're, really excited and really looking forward to someday living out there. So, but yeah, I know what you're saying, Stinkbug. I definitely appreciate it. And I know the Philippines has a hold on you too. I know it's affected your life too. So as long as you don't try to feed me the balut. Well, there's some things we just, we got to be open to. That's one of those things. At least I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it once. Ms. Jones says, he was such a meanie before I met him. Wait, hold on. Let me see how she would say it. She says, he was such a meanie before I met him. Just kidding. You know what? I don't think I was ever a mean person. I've done some mean things in my life, but I was never a mean person. I just wasn't a kind person. I just wasn't a positive person. I wouldn't say that I was out there just causing havoc on people, but, I think I was just very, I didn't have a lot of faith in people, put it that way. And it just affected the way I live my life. But, like I said, I've grown from it, and, I'm a better person now. My brother Blizzard says, Kamal, salute. Kamal says, BIY. Says Hugh, thank you. For the hearts and the laughs, thank you, says Hugh. BIY says, hi, Blizzard. Stinkbug says, Miss Journalist, nice to meet you. Stinkbug says, me and Sisco have been around the same channel for a couple of years. Yeah, for sure. Blizzard says, BIY, salute. Throw them guns up. Speaking of guns, yeah, my brother Blizzard, or my brother BIY, brother's got guns, y'all. He's got guns. If you ever go to his channel, hopefully, he'll flex them for you. Brother's got some guns, man. I'm jealous. I Love Lechon says, that's a dream job if I ever heard one. Bro, can you imagine? What is it called over there? House of Lechon. So I Love Lechon, you've been to Cebu, correct? I don't know if they have House of Lechon. I've only seen it in Cebu. But House of Lechon, there's a couple locations. One is like an actual restaurant. The other one is like kind of like a little, just a little small place. It's just like on the side of the road. And man, yeah, they have amazing lechon. When we're out there, if we go by there, bro, I'll ask about it. I'll definitely let you know, bro. He says, oh, wait, hold on. Let me roll back here. Ms. Jern says, stink bug. Brother Kamal says, North Country, one of my top regions when adventure calls. When you say North Country, what do you mean, bro? Because I'm not familiar with North Country. What do you mean by North Country? Ms. Jern says, Lechon, tame the beast. Damn. Whoa, pause. Kamal says, my fellow Aspies. I Love Lechon says, I could do the Lechon part-time, then go to San Miguel. Hey, you and T-Marsh could team up, bro. You could be the Lechon and San Miguel team, man. You could be the tag team with Lechon and San Miguel. Says, then go to the San Miguel job part-time after my Lechon eating shift. You know what? I think that's a plan, bro. I think that's a plan. And you know what? I think you'd have a lot of people that would be really jealous, man. Really jealous. But, oh, well, you'd be happy. You'd be doing your thing. Stinkbug says, you spend enough time with a Filipina, you catch on to the culture. Yeah, absolutely. And for me, Miss Generous was born here in the United States. Guys, if you don't know this, I've said it before, but Miss Generous was born in Hawaii. Her parents were born in Ilocos in the Philippines, but Miss Generous was born in Hawaii. She lived there for quite a few years, as she was growing up. Then they moved to the Bay Area in California, and then she was, pretty much raised there, went to school there, all that good stuff. So she's Filipino American. She wasn't raised in the Philippines, but a lot of the cultural, aspects of her life, that's where it comes from. Like I said, her mom, a lot of stuff that she learned from mom, she learned from Filipino culture. So what really, I've always had Filipino friends growing up from as long back as I can remember. A lot of Filipinos here in California. Southern California is where I grew up. So I had a lot of Filipino friends, but I never really got into the culture until I met Miss Generous. And for the both of us, when we went to the Philippines for the first time, it was the first time for both of us. And, we really fell in love with the Philippines, so definitely, being with somebody from either another country or from another culture, you can't help but be, into that culture yourself. Because if you're not, I can't understand why you would be interested in them. But yeah, definitely. Sis Alicia says, drop my like and great vibes. Happy Friday Eve and always. Thank you, Sis Alicia. Another very, very positive person. And these are the kind of people that we want in our live stream, guys. We got 9 million in here, 30 likes. Thank you for the 30 big likes. I always say this, we want to attract positive people here. We want people that have a vibe of positivity, of spreading love. That's what our channel's about, and at the end of the day, guys, if everybody did that, if everybody had that attitude, think of how different the world would be right now, especially with all the things that we're going through in the United States and around the world. Just think if everybody took the time to say, you know what, other people matter to me. I don't want to hurt other people. I want to be kind to other people. I want to help other people. How can I do that? If everybody had that attitude in life, the world would be a very different place. Sister Alicia, you're one of those people, so thank you so much. Says happy Friday Eve. Yeah, it's Friday Junior today, guys. I Love the channel says, Miss Generous, throwing them guns up. He says, I haven't been to Cebu or Visayas. Oh, you're missing out, bro. You definitely got to go there. Cebu's the capital of lechon, man. You gotta go there. You have to go there, bro. Stinkbug says, me and you are giants in Cebu. I look like walk there. Hey, a lot of the people there, they're 5'5" and shorter. You know, there's a lot of people who aren't super tall there. And I thought about that the first time I went out there is, you know, am I going to really, you know, stand out? Number one, I'm an American. I'm a black American. I'm this big old guy, tall guy. And yeah, I do stand out there. But you know what? Like I said, man, I still get all the love out there. I still get treated like, you know, just like a regular human being out there. And that's one of the things I love about the Philippines is that, you know, whoever you are, if you conduct yourself respectfully, if you're good to people, you'll be treated respectfully back. You'll be treated good back. Very hospitable. Like I said, we love it out there. That's a big reason why we love it out there. I love it. Someone says, thanks, Sisco. Yeah, bro, you got to get out there. Please get out there as soon as you can. Next time you go, please stop in Cebu. Rumi Love says hi. Hello, Rumi Loves. How are you? Welcome to the live stream. Where are you from, Rumi Loves? BC Momsy. How are you, BC Momsy? Good evening to you. Welcome. Thank you for coming back here. She says, hi, host. How are you today, sis? How was your day today? Stinkbug says, does she do the pointing with her lips? If she does, she's legit. Just be careful with the tampo. Definitely not the pointing with lips. I don't think that really is a part of, you know, what she does on daily, nothing like that. The tampo, I can't really say that. I would say she's like, you know, most people. She has her good days, she has her bad days, you know. And like I said, she's Filipino American. You know, it's a little different. It's a little bit different culturally, you know, from Filipinos who are born and raised in the Philippines and Filipinos who are born and raised in the U.S. It's different. One of our friends that we met up with, my brother BJ, his wife Eve, she was born and raised in the Philippines. And when we went out there and met up with them, we had dinner with them one day, or lunch one day. One of the things that Eve said was she's never met a Filipina who was born and raised in the U.S. And she was so excited. She actually wanted to take a picture with Miss Jones because she's like, I met somebody who's, you know, a Filipino who's born and raised in the U.S. So it is different. They're definitely different. There's a lot of similarities, but there's also some differences. BC Momsy says, Tamsak. Thank you, BC Momsy. Thank you for the Tamsak. I love the Jones says, I didn't meet Filipinos until I served in the Navy. Really? No kidding. I love the Chon. Where were you born and raised? Where were you born and raised at? I don't know if I know that. But yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, a lot of Filipinos in the Navy, definitely. BC Momsy, thank you. Stinkbug says, nice to see you in person. I'll be live soon if you want to come up on panel. Yeah, maybe someday, Stinkbug, for sure. Definitely. Thanks for coming in, man. Thanks for dropping by and you know, clearing up anything, man. Appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you, man. That takes a lot of, you know, self-respect. And it takes a lot of just respect for other people to do that. So I appreciate you, Stinkbug. BC Momsy, thank you for the hearts. Brother Kamal says the northeast corner of upstate New York is recognized as the North Country, including the 1,000 Islands on the St. Louis River. Wait a minute. Is there really 1,000 islands? No way. Did they just say that? Oh, there's 1,000 islands. Because there's like a place here in the Sierra Nevadas. They call it 1,000 Island Lake. There's not 1,000 islands, but there's just so many of them. Is it kind of the same thing? There can't be 1,000 islands there. Tell me there's not 1,000 islands there. Separating the United States and Canada. Okay. Yeah, upstate New York. I heard it's some beautiful, beautiful country, man. Stinkbug says, I have maybe one mod that is white. You'll get to know more if you see me streaming. Okay, sounds good, brother. Sister Leach says, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Even when they don't, gotta stay positive. I agree. And, you know, that's one of the things I've been saying, too, on this channel. Although we are about positivity, we are about spreading love, you know, we're not fools either, and we're not naive. I will never allow people to come into our live stream and be abusive and, you know, say crazy stuff. I'm on this Prism app right now, Prism app, and I can't, sometimes you guys will wipe out people before I get to see them, you know, but when I'm on the YouTube app itself, I can see, you know, trolls when they come in. And a lot of times, you know, I'll have something funny to say to them, you know, or hopefully check them a little bit and straighten them out. But if they won't, you know, react to positivity, if they won't react to a little bit of, you know, getting told something, I'm not even going to deal with them. So, you know, my positivity and my kindness only goes so far. And at the end of this live stream, I usually end it with, you know, be kind to yourself, give yourself some grace, be kind to others, give grace to those who deserve it. Not everybody deserves grace, guys. You know, I have to say that. Not everybody deserves grace. There's some people you just have to cut out and let them go. You know, so being kind is important. Being positive is important, but it has its limits. So, you know, please listen to my sister Alicia right here. Stinkbug says, bro, oh, my comments just jumped on me again. Bro, they're even shorter than that. You know, my lady was only 5'3". I'm a foot taller than that. You can't really find size 13 shoes. Yeah, finding shoes and clothes is really tough over there. Says, she sounds like a nice lady. I'm happy that you guys made it work. Yeah, for sure. She's the best part of me, I think. I think I know BJ. Oh, maybe. BJ's a common name, so who knows? S1DK says, fried chicken, watermelon. Oh, here we go, guys. Hold on. I got something for him. Here you go. All right, let me go back. Okay, let me read this again, guys. S1DK56 they had to come in here, guys. They had to come in here. Somebody that they don't even know, a live stream they've never been in before, but their life is so sad right now. The only way they can make themselves feel better is to come in and say things like, fried chicken, watermelon, and Kool-Aid. That's so original, guys. I've never heard that before. Wow, S1DK, you are amazing. DIY says, went on the Thousand Islands boat tour, found a Space Invaders table machine on a lower deck, played with that for a while. Man, Space Invaders, bro, one of my favorite games growing up. Ms. Pac-Man, Galaga, Space Invaders, those were probably my top games. Donkey Kong Jr. too was another big one. And if you're of a certain age, you know those games. If you're not of a certain age, it ain't for you. Thousand Island boat tour. So it really is a Thousand Islands, is it really? I love it. Says, Stinkbug, my wife is 5'3", and other Filipinos call her tall. Yeah, that's on the taller side. Definitely in the Philippines. I don't know about here in the U.S., but in the Philippines, that's definitely a tall Filipino. That's probably average height for a man over there. Stinkbug D says, I found a friend who is Filipino-American. I have to teach her Tagalog. She only speaks English. Yeah, Miss Jenner, she grew up, she only spoke English. She can understand some Ilocano, a little bit of Tagalog, but she's not fluent, though. I love the Chon says, born in Jersey, but not raised there. We did a lot of moving around. I was even an expat as a child. Wow. Bro, I love the Chon. Someday, man, I hope, either you'll have a channel where you talk about stuff, or you'll come on a channel. Maybe mine someday. I'm not really doing interviews with people yet. I'm not at that point where I'm wanting to do interviews with people, but you will be one of the people that I would love to interview one day if I ever do that, bro. So consider. New Jersey. Yeah, somebody was just in from Jersey. Thinkbug said, well, hold on. Never here to promote my shit, man, but I can tell you're a real one. I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, I will say this, guys. We got 8 million in the building, 30 likes. Thank you so much. One of the standing rules that we have here is please don't ever have an issue or a problem coming in here and promoting your own channel or promoting a channel of someone else that you feel you want people to know about. The only thing that I ask people to do is don't come in here and say, hey, I have a live stream right now. Don't come and poach people from my live stream to do your live stream. I would never do that to other people. Please don't do that to me. That's very disrespectful. But if you want to promote your channel, say, hey, here's my channel. Please come visit. Totally cool. That's part of what we want to do here. We want to support other small channels, and we're hoping that, with the community of people that we have a lot of community, behind us here on YouTube. When I say, hey, go support this person, that person, I hope that you're going to get at least a little bit small bump in your subscribers. And that's how we all grow. We all grow when we do that. I always welcome my platform. Thank you, bro. Both of your parents are black from the U.S. I was born here in South Carolina. No, my parents are both not black. My dad, he's African-American. My mom is, her family, her heritage is from Spain and Mexico. Sister Lee says, I'm kind, not stupid. Exactly. I'm kind, I'm not stupid. I never will be. I will not allow people to, disrespect me, treat me, like crap. I won't do it. I understand too that even though someone else is being disrespectful or someone else is being crappy, it doesn't mean that I have to be. I try to conduct myself with dignity, but they're not going to treat me crazy. So I definitely, that's what I'm talking about. Kind, but not stupid. Not naive, not letting anybody just run all over us. We're not doing that. I will be positive, but my positivity has a limit for people who just are not going to respond to it. I will just cut you out. Stingbook says, if a toxic relationship brings more suffering than positivity, it's best to leave behind. Absolutely. Don't stick around in a toxic relationship. BIY says, hi, Alicia. Stingbook said, tell the racist dude I'll pay him $5 show face on my stream. Yeah, I don't even worry about him like that. I have fun with him. Stingbook. I love Chon says, he forgot the ribs. Yeah, man, if you're going to come with it, come with something better than that. That was basic stuff. But, like I said, a lot of these people that come into these live streams and they're trollish, at least be funny. At least be funny or be original. It's the people that come in here, they're not funny or original. It's like, I got to wonder, like, how sad is your life? What are you going through? I feel bad for them to some degree. I'm not going to let you come here and be stupid, but, I feel bad. I really do. Like, I just can't imagine doing that. Going in people's live stream you don't know and just talking crazy to them. Being racist, being misogynist. What a sad person you are. You have nothing better to do with your life. Sister Alicia says, hello, believe. Stinkbug says, I have ribs and one on my fridge right now. And that's the funny thing, Stinkbug, is that who doesn't like chicken? Who doesn't like chicken? Watermelon? You know how many people like watermelon who aren't black? It's like the stupidest thing. It's like, again, how sad are you? How sad is your life? Blizzard says, nah, I'm first. Positive manosphere. Wait a minute. Whoa. Okay, so I will say this. My brother Blizzard, I had never heard that phrase before, positive manosphere, before my brother Blizzard said it, brought it up. I don't know if it's copyrighted. I don't know if he's the first one or the only one to come up with it, but that's the first time I ever heard it. So positive manosphere is definitely one of the communities that we're a part of here. Not just men, but specifically the positive manosphere, it has more to do with men being positive. Women can support it. They can have their say and their input into it. But ultimately, the positive manosphere is about men, conducting themselves with dignity, respect, and pride, especially here on YouTube. Support positive YouTube creators. That's what my brother Blizzard says all the time, and I'll continue to say it too. Stinkbug says, I didn't mean to steal any viewers, brother. I was just saying you're welcome. No, I know exactly what you're saying. Like I said, if you're doing a live stream right now at this moment and you come into my live stream and say, hey guys, come to my live stream. No, man, don't be doing that here. If you have a live stream coming up in the future, by all means, please tell people, hey guys, tomorrow I have a live stream at such a time. As long as it doesn't conflict with my live stream. Like I said, my live stream goes from 2:30 to 4:30. So usually from Monday through Thursday. So as long as it doesn't conflict, have at it, Hoss. But if you're doing your live stream at the same time I am, don't come in here and promote your live stream. I would never do that to you, and that's all I ask from people. I love Lachon says, Stinkbug, we have the melon, but not the ribs. Man, ribs sounds good right now, too. Holy crap. Why did you have to bring up ribs, man? That's funny, man. And, barbecue in general is another one of my favorite foods. We were talking about favorite foods earlier. Barbecue is one of my favorite foods. I don't care what kind of barbecue. Stinkbug says, I see. I grow watermelon here. There you go. There you go, bro. But the coyotes come and eat them at night. Really? Yeah, coyotes are all over, man. Our little channel says, only funny trolls are allowed on Sisco's channel. That's the only ones we really tolerate. If you're a funny troll or if you're somebody that at least says something original, I got a little bit of respect for you. Just don't come here saying stuff trying to hurt people's feelings, because you're definitely not going to hurt my feelings, guys. I have been insulted and told more crap than you guys can ever even imagine. I've forgotten more about being insulted than most people ever know. I've been insulted by the best in the world, honestly. And there's nothing you're going to tell me that's going to be like, oh, my God, ever. It's not going to happen. But, people don't know this. They come in here thinking they're going to just meet some random person and say some crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, the positivity that we have here, it won't be allowed in here, guys. We don't even trip. Stinkbook says, we destroy fried chicken in Alabama. No doubt. The whole South. Alicia with the custom emojis. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you so much. Stinkbook says, I grew up on that shit. A cold watermelon in summer is top tier. Absolutely. It's funny. I didn't like watermelon growing up. I never liked it growing up. And no melon. I really don't like many melons at all. The only melon I will eat is watermelon, but it has to be ice cold and only sometimes. I can't do it all the time. Whoa, hold on here. I think I see my brother Blizzard doing some crazy stuff again. This guy, Blizzard abroad, guys. And I'm not at that level yet. If you go to Blizzard channel, he has custom videos whenever somebody gives a super chat or a gift membership. I don't have that yet, but I'm going to work on it. But he just dropped 5 gift memberships into the chat, guys. Hold on here. Thank you, Blizzard. Vegas guy, all right. He got one. Skemaj got one. Layla Vlogs got one. Nice. Colleen Crane got one. Twin Businesswoman got one. Nice. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the 5 people that got the custom or got the gift memberships, courtesy of Blizzard Abroad. We hope you enjoy them. Blizzard, as always, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. And as I said earlier, I'll say it again. Whenever we get super chats, whenever we get gift memberships, whenever we get any revenue for our channel, it all is going to go into the same fund that we are going to use when we go to the Philippines that is going to help a whole school of children be fed and get supplies and things for their school. So thank you, Blizzard. You are a huge, huge supporter, and we really appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. We got 10 million in the building, 29 likes. Appreciate you guys. Miss Generous says cold watermelon. See? Who doesn't like that? Come on now. Sister Alicia says, I'm daily at 8 p.m. Eastern. All are welcome. Okay, there you go, guys. That's how you do it. Alicia says she's got a live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're in California, that is 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're in the Philippines, that is 8 a.m. Philippines time. So Alicia, thank you for that. Appreciate you. Check her out, guys. Stinkbug says, I only have one device. I don't go to other streams if I'm live. Okay, yeah, and some people do it like that. Blizzard says, Super Santa Blizzard. Again, bro. That's how he gets down. We already know. DIY, I'm waiting on it, bro. You know what I'm waiting on. You got to deliver, bro. Sister Alicia says, W Blizzard. Stinkbug says, they're giving you watch time. Did you reach full monetization? No, YouTube is changing the rules. Yeah, that's one thing, that's why I don't trip. And I tell people here, if you're a moderator here, first and foremost, I don't necessarily need you to be a moderator per se. If people are coming in and saying some really racist or misogynist or just really disgusting, cruel things, yeah, hide their message, hide them. I ask that you don't hide people from the channel because they can still keep watching. They will help our watch hours, but just don't allow them to talk anymore. You know what I mean? Just put them in timeout. Put them in timeout 24 hours if you want. They can come back the next day and act stupid. We'll just time out again. But they do help watch hours, so that's why I don't trip. But yeah, we are monetized. We got monetized June 1st, and we've done pretty well. I think we've done pretty well for a small channel. And like I said, all of our revenue is going to be, going to help kids in the Philippines. So we're really super excited. And the rule change won't really affect us. It's only going to affect people that are becoming monetized moving forward. I love it. Jones says, watermelon is the only melon I really like. The rest of them, yeah, exactly, bro. Watermelon is the only melon I like. I can't get into anything else. My parents really love honeydew. I can't. It's just so gross. I don't like it. Wait, hold on. I love Stinkbug says, make sure you reach before that day. Yeah, we're good. We've been good since June 1st. Miss Jones says, Blizzy, Sir Matancero, Boss Butcher in the building. Salute to you, Boss Butcher. How are you, my own boondock, sir? Good morning to you. Stinkbug Didi says, you going to Cebu province? Yeah. So in December, we're going to be hitting up a few different areas. We're going to be, Cebu is usually our home base. Whenever we go to the Philippines, we start off in Cebu City. And everywhere else we go after that, it begins in Cebu. So we'll be in Bohol, I believe. We'll be in, where else? We're going to be going to Siquijor. We're going to be going to Davao. We're going to be in Boracay. We're going to be in quite a few places. But, it is a vacation. But our main goal of going there this year, our main focus is helping those kids. That's our big project. We're going to be working with our friends there, and we're really looking forward to it. Thank you, Boss Butcher. Thank you so much. It's good morning, Boss Sisco. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Hardworking man right there, Boss Matancero. Guys, sometimes I watch his videos and I get spellbound. He is a skilled butcher, guys. One thing I can appreciate, and I don't care what it is, when somebody is very, very skilled at what they do, I have a lot of respect for them. If they're very, very, and I don't care what it is that they're doing, if they're very skilled at it, it's very impressive. And Boss Butcher is one of those people. He's very, very skilled. Thank you, Boss Butcher. Stinkbug says, I have the same rules. I just don't F with the racist stuff or disrespecting laser kids. Yeah, same here. Not happening. Family eats cantaloupe, but I never liked it. Yep. Don't like it either. Cantaloupe and honeydew are delicious. Blizzard, bro. Nah, I can't mess with them. I don't know what it is. It's just, I think when I was a kid, I really liked sweet stuff. And cantaloupe and honeydew, the sweetness that they have it's just not quite right to me. There's always just been something off about it. And I just can't enjoy it. I would like to enjoy those things, to be honest, because they're healthy. They're good for you. But the taste is just not there for me. I don't know what it is. Alicia says, have a great evening, Sisco and Mrs. in chat. Alicia, thank you so much for popping in. Really appreciate you. Appreciate your positive vibes. Appreciate your positive energy. Thank you so much for being here, Alicia. Really appreciate you. Have a good night. And, just stay safe. Stay safe out there. Blizzard says, Alicia, bye. Alicia's got the custom emoji before she drops out. Thank you, Alicia. Appreciate you. Real quick, guys, I'm going to say we got 8 million in the building, 30 likes. If you haven't already, double tap your screen and drop a like on us if you can. If you haven't subscribed, please check it out. You know, we got a lot of great videos. We got some good stuff on our channel that we'd love to share with you guys. And if we're your vibe, just subscribe. Stinkbug says, I'll come with you and we can raise a bunch of money for the channel. Okay. No, we're gonna raise all of it before we even get out there. You know, we're gonna raise it all before we get out there. And, you know, Stinkbug, I'll say it to you, and I've said it to everybody. You know, if you want to support our channel, there's a lot of ways to do it. You can simply watch our videos, and when you see commercials pop up, if you don't have YouTube Premium, if you just have regular YouTube, just watch 30 seconds of each commercial. If you can watch 30 seconds, we get a small bit of the revenue from that commercial, and that all adds up over time. That's the easiest way to support our channel. If you want to do a super chat, we'll accept super chats. If you want to do a membership, we will definitely accept membership. If you want to do a Buy Me a Coffee, our Buy Me a Coffee app, the link is on our homepage. If you want to do that, that's there. You know, at the very least, all we ask is people just drop a like, you know, leave us a positive message. At the very least, do that, and we're happy. T-Gang says, did I get membership? Not yet, T-Gang. Not yet, buddy. Layla Vlogs, hello ho. She got one of those gift memberships. Layla Vlogs, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for popping in here. She got that gift membership. Alicia Sable says, connected Blizzard. Thank you, Alicia. Appreciate you. I love Lechon says, Blizzard abroad. Sometimes I eat those melons when it's a part of my breakfast on a plane. I'm lucky enough to get business class. Must be nice, bro. Must be nice. I've never flown anything but economy. And to be honest with you, and maybe this is a hot take, guys. Hot take alert, hot take alert. I don't think I'll ever fly anything higher than economy class. I don't care how rich I am. It doesn't matter to me. I'm fine in economy class. Yeah, if I could lay down and sleep in a bed yeah, it'd be great. But the amount of money you spend on it just does, I can't justify it. If you're doing it, if you're with a job or a business and they pay for that, cool. I would definitely do it then. But if the money's coming out of my pocket, it'll never happen, guys. You'll never see me doing that. So, hot take. I don't know. Layla Vlog says, Blizzard abroad, thank you for the gift membership. Yeah, Layla, that was Blizzard. Thank you. Thank you for dropping in. Blizzard is the man. He's always doing this stuff. I've tried to get him to knock it off, but he won't listen to me, guys. You know, he really supports positive YouTube content, guys. And he really is a big supporter of, you know, helping children, helping people in general. So, you know, he puts his money where his mouth is. You know, I can't say, you know, any more than that. He puts his money where his mouth is, and we appreciate it, Blizzard. Blizzard says, Lay. Stingbug says, I do this full-time whether I support my friends. And that's how it should be done. You always should support your friends, support your peeps. So I would recommend Cash or PayPal before Super Chat, though. You know, YT is going to take as much as they can. Yeah, I don't have a PayPal, Cash App. I don't have that stuff. Maybe somewhere down the line we'll do it. And that's why I like the Buy Me a Coffee, because Buy Me a Coffee, they only take like total 8% out. So it's actually a lot more, you know, bang for the buck. Blizzard says, Schweppes makes a melon soda they sell in Japan. I'm not a soda drinker, but that soda is effing delicious. Now, melon sodas, sometimes I can drink. I have drank those before, and I usually do like those, but eating just the melon themselves, I can't do it. Schweppes, huh? Yeah, Schweppes has been around for a while. Sis Wishy says, hi, Sisco. Mount Boonthog says, Wishy, how are you? Good morning. Another very positive and amazing person. BIY says, hi, Wishy. BIY, I'm still waiting, bro. I'm still waiting on that joke, man. We haven't heard it yet. We're all waiting. We're just waiting for you, bro. Sis Wishy says, hello, Blizz. Blizz says, Wishy. With the heart. I always mess it up. I don't know why. It never looks right. BIY, hello, says Wishy. Stingbug says, the charities I work with are for clothing for kids and single mothers. That's a big one, bro. That's a big one. As a kid growing up, you know, I was, you know, my stepdad worked, man. He was a very hardworking man, but he didn't make a lot of money. And clothing was something that was a big factor in my life and kind of affected me in my life and who I am. You know, we didn't have money to be buying name brand stuff. Even in high school, there was a year that I remember in particular where, you know, I got 2 T-shirts and 2 pairs of pants for the whole school year, you know, and in high school, you know, especially in the area around, you know, down south, Southern California, you know, it was easier for people to cap on you and clown you when they realized, oh, this dude only has 2 shirts. He only got 2 pairs of pants. So it was a big deal to me. So people who are lower income, people who can't afford to buy fancy clothes or even a lot of clothes or clothes at all, helping them come up with clothing, man, that's a big one. I appreciate you doing that, man. I love Jones. I was always flying standby then, just a perk I get for having to work lousy hours and holidays. Yeah, that I kind of figured. I was wondering if that's what you were doing, man. That's awesome, man. That is definitely one of the best things about working for an airline is that when you get stuff like that. Even being a flight attendant, that was one of the things I considered, advising my daughter to do, become a flight attendant. I think she'd be great at it, and you get to travel a lot, you get to meet a lot of people. And yeah, man, you get great deals like that. So Swishy says native coffee in the morning. I think I've had that. I think I have had native coffee. We went to the shop, native coffee. It's pretty good. Our favorite here in the States is called Peets, sis. Peets. And excuse my little lisp. I got these appliances in my these aligners in my mouth. I got them 2 days ago, and I'm still getting used to them. So my pronunciation is off. Yeah, but native coffee is good. We really love Pete's. I've been cutting back on coffee, so kind of sucks. But yeah, that was our favorite when I was drinking it. Blitter says, I love lechon. I could just eat melon. Man, there's no way. There's no way. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Definitely not honeydew. Definitely not cantaloupe. My family loves it though. That's what's crazy. They love it. I never liked it. Stinkbug says my mom was married 5 times. I know how it can be, man. Oh yeah, man. I don't think I would ever do that. I think for myself, again, we talk about learning lessons. Twice for me, I think is the limit. I have a feeling me and Miss Generous are going to be together forever. But I'm also not naive. Things happen in life sometimes. You can't control everything. And if I ever had to, me and Miss Generous, everything ever happened between us, I doubt that I would probably get married ever again. I'm not going to say never, but I doubt I would do it again because it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm the problem. I Love it, Chone says, Blizzard Broad, it's good for you, but it's not my thing. Good that you like it, though. That's what I'm saying, I Love it, Chone. Very diplomatic answer. We got 10 million in the building, 30 likes, guys. Appreciate you. Miss Wishy says, is melon can be eaten? Hala, oi. Wait, Wishy, have you not eaten melon? You don't eat melon there? Really? Stinkbug says, my grandma's on my streams a lot. She always wanted to be a flight attendant. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, man, that's nice. Says, but she was a hairdresser for 45 years. Wow, damn, that's a long, long career. Blizzard says, I might have one more in me. One more, huh? I love it. Jones says, my coworker's wife is a flight attendant. It's challenging dealing with being on call and not knowing when you're going to be called, go to work. She just flew to Japan, which is a nice perk though. Yeah, the travel is the best part of that job. Well, the pay, of course, and benefits, I'm sure is great. But the travel is definitely the best part of that job. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Blizzard does certain times where he's on call, gets paid great bucks, man. But yeah, for me, I'm just glad I never had to be on call. I would love to see some of that triple time, but yeah, it's just too much for me. The 8 hours I did a day was enough, and the overtime that I did, it was nice, and it was actually pretty easy money sometimes, really easy money to work overtime for me. But yeah, I just didn't want to be there. Wish she's laughing. Stinkbug says, I've had my heart broken more than once. You probably know the most recent one, but I don't have any more in me. Yeah, heartbreak is tough, man. I honestly can't say I've had my heart broken. I've been divorced. I was in a 21-year marriage, and that's a long time. We were together for a long time. I met her when I was 18 years old, and it was very tough. It was very tough. It was a tough relationship. We had, good times. Don't get me wrong. We have 2 beautiful, amazing kids, but it was a tough relationship, and it was toxic. Looking back, I see now how toxic it was. And it was just time to end that situation. But ending it was a whole nother saga. So it was very difficult. I wouldn't say I was heartbroken, but, part of you just wants to be rid of the toxicity. Another small part of you still wishes that the, I don't want to say fantasy, but the ideal of what you wanted in your relationship. You have this ideal of how you want to spend your life with someone. A small part of me, feels bad that it couldn't happen, but that's the thing. It couldn't happen. We just were two different of people, and it just didn't work out. But going through the divorce, it was very tough. So, again, it's kind of like a heartbreak, but that's why I say, I don't think that I could go through more than a couple marriages. It'd just be too much for me. Where we got here? Thing is, I may look tough, but that sure is. Yeah, I don't care who you are. Everybody thinks they're tough until, they go through some really hard emotional stuff, and then they realize that they're not as tough as they thought they were. Blizzard says, means to an end. Absolutely. Absolutely. It definitely is, bro. And you've got a plan. You've got a plan. And that's the important thing. That's the reason why you're doing it. And that's the way that I looked at it. My whole career, to be honest with you, I looked at it as a means to an end. It provided food for my family. It provided the essential things that we needed, and it provided, a pretty good life, all the way up until I retired. That career really, really helped me, financially. And, I took that from it. I took the good from it, which was that, and I did the best that I could. It was a means to an end. That's all I look at it as. Sis Wishy says, there is no perfect relationship. Say that again, Sis Wishy. Say it again. There is no perfect relationship. Okay? The only perfect relationship at best is an imperfect relationship that you really enjoy. That's the only perfect relationship that there is. But every relationship has ups and downs, guys. Not every relationship is toxic. Not every relationship is violent. Not every relationship involves substance abuse. Not every relationship has, huge problems. But every relationship has imperfections. And there's times where you and your partner are not going to agree or see eye to eye. Doesn't mean you're going to be arguing and fighting and going crazy, but nothing is ever perfect. The best you can hope for in a relationship is to have someone that you trust, have someone that is trustworthy, okay? Because trusting someone and them being trustworthy are two different things. I've trusted people in my life who turned out to not be trustworthy. So if you can trust your partner, if they are trustworthy and you have enough things in common that you're happy with them, and you have enough interests that are similar, but also some that are different to make it interesting, to me, that's as close to perfect as you're going to get, So I definitely agree with that, Sis Wishy. There is no perfect relationship, and you should not be looking for a perfect relationship. You should be looking for those things that I just talked about. Stingbook says, I can't imagine, but I'm sure it made you stronger. Absolutely. Blizzard says it all the time. I learned more from my mistakes. He says it more eloquent than me, but he learned more from his mistakes, and that's how you learn. You learn from your mistakes. Stingbook says, yes, I think we fell in love with the idea of a person, not the person himself. Absolutely. That is the biggest problem, I think, in relationships, is you fall in love with this idealized person that you think you're dealing with, and you look past all the red flags. And you have to be realistic. You have to be able to see those red flags when they come. I Love the Channel says, got to go on a mission for a while. Have a great day, folks. All right, brother. Hey, stay safe out there. Don't let them work you too hard on that hamster wheel. Keep your little legs going, bro. We don't want to see you fall off the hamster wheel. All right, I Love the Channel. Take care, brother. Appreciate you, man. Hopefully you'll be able to, to come back. I'll be here for about another 10 minutes. I love it. Blizzard says, I Love the Channel. Salute. Big Russ in the building. He says, what are you guys talking about? Kidding. We're talking about the same stuff that we're always talking about, bro. Random stuff that people talk about. Positivity, spreading love, being a person of service, those kind of things. We're talking about those things, Russ. What you know about that, Russ? Big Russ, how you doing, bro? Blizzard says, Russ, salute. Michael Goodlaw's in the building. He says, I was in the hospital last night, just out of the hospital with my right arm. What the hell happened, Michael? What went on with your right arm? You don't have to say your personal business, Michael, if you don't want to. But if you're willing to share it, yeah, what's going on, man? I'm glad you're out of the hospital. I hope you're doing okay. Stinkbug says, little legs. Yeah, man, those little legs are going on the hamster wheel. Russ says, how's it, Blizz? Real quick, guys, I want to tell you, we got 10 million here in the building. We got 30 likes. I just want to say, I appreciate you guys being here. If you haven't already, do us a favor. If you've enjoyed the live stream, if you just came in and you're just kind of wondering if you enjoy the live stream, do us a favor. Just double tap your screen, drop a like on us. Give us a chance to, entertain you. Give us a chance to, spread some positivity in your life. Give us a chance to, let you feel our vibe and see if you want to subscribe, because ultimately what we would like to do is have you here in our community. We'd like to have your positivity if you're a positive person. in our community here. We're a part of, and when I say we guys, I'm not talking about I'm not like a king or anything like we want us to do. No, I'm talking about me and my wife. My wife's not here right now, but she's a part of our channel. You know, we are both a part of this channel. And what we want is we want to spread kindness. We want to spread positivity, but we need people who are positive and kind to be able to do that. And so if that sounds like something that you're interested in, please stick around, but drop a like on us, you know, double tap your screen, you know, help us get further out there in the YouTube verse so that we can reach more people and spread more positivity and spread more love out there. We definitely want to help other small channels grow. So please, if you've got a blue jacket on, make sure that you're clicking on other people's channels, checking out what they got going on in their channel. If you like their vibe, please subscribe, leave a comment, let them know, hey, I saw you in Sisco's live. Thank you. Subscribe, however you want to do it. But yeah, definitely work together. If you're a small content creator, work with other small content creators to build your channel and build their channels. We definitely are all about that. We also are going to be going to the Philippines in December. We are trying to do a project with our friends out there at the Leon Kuyapogi, where we are providing food, providing assistance for the school, providing different things for the school that, you know, they need to make their curriculum and their environment just better, guys. So if that's something that's interesting to you, that's what we're doing here. And we'd love for you to stick around and watch and be a part of that. So definitely hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit that like button. Where we at here? Russ says, I'm good, thanks. I'm glad to hear that, brother. Glad to hear that. Stingbutt says, my cousin just fell off the pickup and she is in hospital because of broke her leg and she's the head nurse at the hospital. Oh, man, wow. Oh, man, sorry to hear that. Hopefully she's going to be okay. Broken leg is no joke. Michael says, thank you. You're welcome, Michael. Blizzard says, good old Alabama. Blizzard says, Stingbug, my mom is from Birmingham. Historic Birmingham, very historic. Stingbug says, not sure what you mean, Mr. Blizzard. I think he means that his mom's from there. He knows that area. He's got roots there too. T Gang says, I have a premiere going on, by the way. All right, T Gang, people will check out your premiere, and like I said earlier, guys, you know, check out people's channel. Stinkbug says she is okay though, but operating now. Okay, cool, good. I'm glad to hear that. Monk says I'm going to have dinner. Okay, well, hopefully the arm that's hurt, if you have a hurt arm, hopefully it's not your good arm, the arm that you use all the time. Hopefully it's the other arm. And you can use your good arm, because I've had that. I broke my left arm. When I was 15, I had a compound fracture. I was skateboarding. I fell back and hit my hand came down on the asphalt and my elbow hit the wall. So my arm just went bloop, just broke right in half. My radius bone came out, chipped the bone over here and popped out here. I actually straightened my arm. The arm was like this. I actually straightened it myself, set it myself, went inside, told my mom, oh, Mom, I broke my arm. She thought I was joking. And then when she realized it was serious, went to the doctor. Doctor says, hey, what happened? I told him what happened. He goes, wow. He goes, you set your own arm? I go, yeah. He goes, it didn't hurt? I go, no. I was in shock. You know, the adrenaline was flowing. I was in complete shock. So they put a cast on it. Everything was cool. He said, don't mess around too much. Me being stupid, being 15, I messed around, was trying to open doors, lift stuff. In about 2 to 3 weeks, I would go back every week. He took an x-ray and says, hey, your arm is shifted. We're going to have to re-break your arm. I said, you got to what? He says, we're going to have to re-break your arm to realign it, to reset it, because your arm is going to be deformed. If whatever you're doing, you're screwing around, it's going to be bad. So they actually had to cut my cast off my arm. They laid me down on a table. They put some gauze under my arm. They gave me a shot in my wrist, which didn't do shit. And they said, are you ready? I said, ready for what? And this dude proceeded to break my arm. These two big old dudes were holding me down. He broke my arm, reset it, and I walked out of there with a new cast on, and my dignity was forever broken. It was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. But guess what happened? I never messed around with that arm again. My arm healed up and it's okay. But luckily it was my left arm, not my right arm. That's a true story, y'all. Let me go back here. Stingbug said, okay, got you. And another one at 7. All right, T-Gang. Yeah, guys, if you're interested in seeing T-Gang's premiere, go check that out. Go check out his channel. Stingbug said, she'll recover, but it's a complete break. They can't have a nurse who can't walk. Yeah, for sure. And a leg takes a while to heal. I bet that hurt like hell. Yeah, it did. Stingbug says, did you throw up? No, but I felt sick. Says, yeah, they would have to reset at that point. Yeah, absolutely. He says, man, that's a gnarly story. Yeah, Russ. So, like I said, man, that's the most pain I've ever felt in my life. It was one thing to break it. And like I said, when I broke it, it hurt, but I actually said it myself. I didn't feel the pain. Like I was in such shock. The adrenaline's flowing. I didn't feel it. But then when you're calm and things are settled down and then they break your arm while you're just sitting there, yeah, that was hella pain, man. Dudes were holding me down, because they knew like this dude was going to get up and try to get away. When I left the room where the doctor, broke my arm and reset it, I mean, I was screaming, guys, the whole time. I'm 15 years old this time. I was screaming, yelling. Went in the waiting room. People were looking like, what the hell just happened? They didn't know what the hell happened. All they heard was me yelling and screaming. So, yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy, crazy thing to happen. It's no laughing matter when somebody breaks your arm right in front of you. It's not a laughing matter. Sis EB, hello, Sis EB. Good morning, Mang Boon Thag. How are you, sis? She's got the custom emojis right there, Sisco and Miss Jan. Stingboy says, most of the time you will get sick and start throwing up. Bone pain is no joke. Yeah, absolutely. It's the worst pain I ever felt. Sis EB, thank you so much. How are you, sis? Michael says, I'm going to have dinner. All right, Michael, hey, take care, man. Get some rest. I hope you feel better. Hope you don't have any issues, man. Have a great dinner. And thanks for dropping in. Big Russ says, what did they use to break the arm? His hands. They laid me down. My arm was next to my side. They put gauze like right here under my arm. So my arm was kind of sticking up like this. And he just pushed down on my arm. And whatever healing had been done in the 3 weeks that it was healing, it broke. It literally broke that. And he straightened it out and put the cast on. It was terrible, bro. Sis Evie says, share. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that, sis. T-Gang says, hope y'all check out my premiere. Yeah, definitely will. Guys, I'm about to get out of here. Real quick. I got a couple YouTubers, William and Zandy Curlin. They have a YouTube channel. They asked if they could interview me. I'm gonna be getting interviewed by them tonight. It's gonna be at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it's about an hour and a half. It's actually about an hour and a half from now. They're going to be interviewing me. So if you're interested, I wish I had their link. I don't have their link right now at this moment. I will try to post a link in on our post section on our YouTube channel. But if you're interested, check it out. I believe it'll be a live stream interview. So if you're interested, check it out. They're going to be interviewing me. I'll be talking a little bit about my life. Talking about, how I, started doing YouTube, why we started. There's going to be some things that I've never spoken about on YouTube before. So it'll be interesting, guys. So if you're interested, look out for that. I will post it on my YouTube channel, on the YouTube channel. And if you got time, check it out. If not, check it out later. Let me see. Blizzard says, going now, T-Game. Russ says, that's crazy. Yeah, bro, it really was. It really, really was. I think back on it sometimes. I'm like, how the hell did I get through that? Because it was the most pain I've ever felt in my life. I'd say, women have children and they say that's the worst pain. I can't compare it to that because I'm not a woman. I've never given birth to children. And it's definitely, there's a lot more, time that it takes to be pregnant and have a child. I'm not going to compare it to that, but I would say, pound for pound, in the moment that it's happening, it's got to be right up there. Somebody breaks your bone right in front of you and you just have to sit there and take it. It wasn't cool. It definitely wasn't cool. Blizzard says, peace, bro, and Miss Jen. Thank you, brother. Peace to you, and thank you for the 5 gift memberships, bro. Really, really appreciate that as always, Blizzard. Russ says channel name. So it's going to be on, their channel is Curlin Family Vlog. And I can't remember if it's going to be on their channel because he was mentioning that they have another channel. So I'm not exactly sure which one it's going to be on. So, but I'll post it, Russ. I will definitely post it. Really cool people. William and Zandy, really cool people. William is here. He's a black American, and Zandy is from the Philippines. And they're a couple. They're married. Really cool people, fun people. And he asked me, he said, hey, man, we're going to do an interview. I'd love to do an interview with you. I said, cool. And I believe it's his first interview. So it'll be his first interview that he's conducting. And it'll be my first interview that I've been a part of. So it should be interesting, guys. So, yeah, if you have a chance, check it out. I will post it. I will post a link. Real quick before I get out of here, guys. T-Gang says, thanks, Blizz. Russ says, can they re-break the arm during the interview? I'll ask them. It'll be hard to do it over the internet, but, you know, if he pays me enough money, it'd be a lot. I'll do it my damn self. T-Gang says, flashing lights in it, by the way. Oh, okay, so yeah, if you're sensitive to that, guys, be careful. Russ said, that would be some must-see TV. Kidding. Oh, no, it would be. There ain't no kidding about it. That would be must-see TV. I don't think it's for everybody, though, Russ. He says, you're stronger than I am. Bro, you when you got to do it, you got to do it. You got to do it. You know, to me, it was just, I didn't want to do it. I would never want to do it again, to be honest with you, but, you know, I had to do it back then. But, guys, we got 9 million in the building. Thank you all for being here. 34 big likes. Thank you for that. We got to get going. I'm going to post that link to the interview as soon as I can. So check it out, guys, if you want to. But remember, always stay positive, guys. Stay positive. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself some grace. Be kind to others. Give grace to those that deserve it. And by all means, please spread positivity, spread love when you're out there in the world. We need more of it. And we appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you once again, everyone who's been here to this live stream and to all our live streams. I'm going to end it with our little video right here. See you guys when we see you.
Spread love is the Sisco way. All day. Spread love is the Sisco way. All day. From Cali to the Philippines, this is real life, not a dream. Just showing proof what a real G mean. You could either hate or join the team, building up positive communities. No more drama, we push unity. Come along for the ride. Wifey Jim by his side. Could be Uber rides for the grandson. He's straight showing what he stand on. Could be hiking trails through Big Bear. Views from the edge, living life no fear. Or on a motorbike in the Val. Ain't waiting for tomorrow, we living right now. Just so it's clear, we keep it positive over here. Spread love is the Sisco way. All day. Spread love is the Sisco way. All day. Sisco International.